Another example of rules for thee, but not for me. A Los Angeles-based union sent a team to campaign for Democrats in Georgia just days before members signed a petition demanding L.A. County impose a strict stay-at-home order. This comes after White House coronavirus response coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx came under fire for taking a family trip over Thanksgiving while advising all Americans to stay home for the holiday. Dr. Birx just announced her retirement. Pete Hegseth is the co-host of Fox & Friends Weekend. He is also the author of Modern Warriors, and he joins us now. Pete, it's always great to see you. Dr. Birx said the following, quoting here, Merry Christmas to you, sir. She said, "I will have to say this experience has been a bit overwhelming. It's been very difficult on my family. I think what was done in the last week to my family, these are all very difficult things." Look, I think she's done yeoman's work over the past 9 months, but she's one of the people who helped implement these strict lockdowns. I mean, you can't push for something and then violate them and complain because people are being mean to you because you violated them.
That's exactly right, Trace. And I think her statement and her actions are very, very revealing of the way a lot of our leaders, and she is one of our top infectious disease. She's on the COVID-19 task force. She knows every aspect and angle and piece of information about this. And at the end of the day, she still defaults back to, I'm a free American who should be, in the back of her mind, she may not say that, who should be able to make my own personal choices with my family at this moment after a difficult year, because I understand the risk threshold. The other people meeting with me also understand that, who are also free individuals that can make their own common sense choices. So actions are far more revealing of how people really feel than their words. And in this case, she was charged with telling everybody what to do, then made her own personal decision, which is a reminder to all of us that when we feel like a lot of these lockdown measures are onerous, we're not crazy. We can make choices for ourselves to keep those we love safe and responsible at these moments. So not a lot of empathy for any criticism she's received, considering how many other people she's told not to travel.
We should note for clarity, she was not celebrating Thanksgiving. She was winterizing, Pete, just so we have that clear. The Washington Times writer Douglas Ernst writes the following here: Dr. Deborah Birx to retire, citing Thanksgiving backlash. It's been very difficult on my family. It's also been very difficult for Americans who don't own vacation homes to experience a different set of rules than lawmakers, health officials, etc. And the reason, Pete, that nobody is really abiding by these stay-at-home orders, I mean, you should see the traffic around. I mean, people aren't staying home. They're not abiding by it because they don't trust the bureaucrats and the politicians who are implementing these things.
Well, that's right. And then they look at data that comes out, as we're told to follow the science, and they say, well, you're locking down my restaurants and the houses of worship and places where I know the data shows COVID-19 is not spreading, and you're crushing my friends and their businesses and our communities in the process, and those double standards will not hold. You know, our leaders can say the country is closed, but if the people say it's open through their own common sense, then pretty soon it's open again one way or another. And in free states where businesses are allowed to open responsibly, life looks a lot different than lockdown land. Go to Texas, go to Florida, go to other places where they're managing to live through this. There's a way to do it, and people have finally seen that. And the rest of us don't have a chance to winterize, Trace. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a fancy word for getting the winter out of your system. I don't know. But she's going to deserve this criticism.
It means no turkey, Pete. It just means you can do everything's the same. There's no turkey allowed at winterizing with the family. I got to get to the other source of hypocrisy. Los Angeles Hospitality Union, you know, they advocate for hospitality workers, hotel workers, food workers who are getting hit the hardest. They signed this petition calling for a stricter stay-at-home order in California to go on 4 weeks, and then they decided to fly to Georgia and, you know, campaign in the Senate runoff, tweeting following here, our field team is ready to war-knock our ass off and take back the Senate. You get the innuendo there. Your thoughts on the final bit of hypocrisy there, Pete?
Yeah, you know, of course this union would believe that their business of perpetuating union interests is essential. It said no non-essential travel should be allowed. Of course they would carve themselves out, and they live in a worldview where perpetuating their own ability to sit at the political table is critically important to them. So they'll always find an internal reason to justify rampant hypocrisy. But to do one tweet on December 15th and then the next one on December 16th, either they have different people running the Twitter feed or they're fine with that cognitive dissonance, which I think they are. Everybody stay home, but we'll go advance the interest of Democrats on behalf of you and the state of California. Everyone knows what this is. Unions will stop at nothing to advance their power. This is another example of that.
It would be a good Christmas gift to buy Modern Warriors and give it to somebody you love. Pete Hegseth, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for coming on, sir.